Hello, Mike V for Northern Pine Woodworking. In this week's video, we're going to fix this horizontal spindle that came apart from this kitchen dining room chair. The first thing we want to do is gather all the items that we need for this repair. The first item you'll need is some wood glue, some sort of brush or applicator to put the glue on the inside of the hole where the spindle will go back into. I always keep a couple of paper towels around. We'll need one that's dry, one that's wet to wipe up any extra glue around the spindle. And I have a tape measure here just to demonstrate how wide the chair is. And last but not least is some sort of clamp. I'll use a quick clamp. This is a 36-inch, but we'll find out quickly how long our clamp will need to be for this repair itself. Now that we have all of our hardware and parts ready to go for this repair, let's go ahead and get started. The first item that we want to do is determine if we can get this horizontal spindle out. So I used just a quick mallet. I loosened everything up. I'm going to go ahead and pull that out slowly. So you can see that we have the horizontal spindle apart. There's the hole that we need to apply some glue, and then we'll put the final assembly back together. The next step in this process is to take your wood glue, apply roughly a quarter size amount of wood glue onto a scrap piece of plywood. We'll bring that plywood down here and set that right next to the hole where we want to do some glue up. Let's grab our glue brush, grab some of that glue from our scrap plywood, and just go ahead and put some of that glue in the hole. Grab a little bit more here. And you want to try to get most of that glue in there. You want at least to have enough glue in there all the way around, and maybe put a little bit on the outer edge of the spindle. So I've applied all of the glue onto the middle of the hole. We'll set the spare scrap piece of plywood over to the side. We've applied glue to this hole where the spindle will go back into. The next step you want to do is just make sure that you have glue coverage all the way around. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you want to make sure that you have glue all the way on the inner part of that hole. So when that spindle goes back into it and we clamp everything together, it has enough surface area to hold the spindle in there so that it doesn't come apart. We've taken our wood glue that sets in 30 minutes and we've just applied that to the inner part of this hole. All we need to do now is grab our bar clamp or a quick clamp, whatever you have. Put that around the chair here. Make sure we get it right in the center between these two beams. And slowly clamp this chair back together. There was about a 1 centimeter gap here before we started. Now we're looking at maybe 3 millimeters. We'll apply a little more pressure here. So let me rotate the chair around and grab this with the larger camera up on the side. At the beginning of this video, I said that you'd need 2 pieces of paper towel to assist with this build. The first one being a dry paper towel, the second one being a wet paper towel. This is just to remove any glue that we have from inserting the horizontal spindle back into the hole after we've tightly clamped everything back together. It's much easier to clean up all that extra glue spilling out of the hole while it's wet than to let that glue dry and then have to chisel or pry it off a little bit at a time. This will save you probably 30 minutes. After thoroughly wiping up all of the excess glue around the hole with your wet paper towel, just go ahead and set that aside. Grab that dry paper towel that you have
and remove any remaining glue on the spindle.
Well, there you have it, folks. Within a matter of minutes, we were able to easily fix this classic dining room table chair and re-glue this horizontal spindle back into the side spindle and complete the repair. We'll still want to go ahead and let this sit for at least a few hours before we pull the bar clamp on it. I'm going to let this sit for 12, remove the bar clamp, and then bring it back into the house and put it back into use. That's going to wrap up this week's video for the fix and repair of the dining room table chair. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and hit that like button below. If you want to see more videos that I'm making every Wednesday, go ahead and hit subscribe. That'll keep you up to date and alerted with what's coming up. And for the next 4 weeks, we're going to do 4 new project videos. Go ahead, stay tuned. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye.